Hello again, and welcome back to Ice Hockey POV. This is the show where we take a look at various pieces of hockey memorabilia, from trading cards to collectible figurines to magazines and more. Ice Hockey POV is your destination for hockey discussion, news, and sports talk. Today, I wanted to showcase this old McFarlane Sports Picks figure of a former NHL legend. This is Terry Sawchuk, who, obviously, as depicted on this figurine, was playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs, number 30th, and a guy with the classic vintage getup with his pads, stick, gloves, mask, and more. I wanted to use this as an opportunity to talk about the story of Terry Sawchuk, just dive into the achievements, get into everything he was able to accomplish as a National Hockey League superstar, a multiple-time All-Star, a multiple-time Stanley Cup champion, and a multiple-time Vezina winner. Terry Sawchuk, for many years in his NHL career, was the best goalie of all time. Terry Sawchuk broke the record for most shutouts in the NHL in the 60s, and he wasn't passed until Martin Brodeur did so nearly 50 years later. That's how dominant Terry Sawchuk was as an NHL legend. He had 100-plus shutouts in an era where you can say goal scoring was a lot different than it is right now. Multiple-time Stanley Cup champion with the Detroit Red Wings, arguably the best Red Wings goalie of all time. And this figurine, depicting his later years with the Toronto Maple Leafs, is a really cool one. Take a look at the texturing on the pads over here, the dark brown wash, the vibrant brown color. The jersey is blue. You can see the shoulder pads coming out over there. This, of course, is the pose that he is supposed to be kept in. The old classic turned modern Maple Leafs logo. And then you have that old mask. Looks a little bit like a cat. A little bit like Lee Cronin's mummy, if I'm being honest. Wraps around the top of his head. Wraps around behind the ears and on the jawline there. Can't really get a good likeness because obviously this figure doesn't have much face showing underneath. But then you go over into the other side here, the glove. Looks like those old baseball gloves you would see from the 30s and 40s, but no. This is what they used for ice hockey back in the day. And then you take a look at the other elements of this figurine. You have the socks underneath, alongside the straps and the old retro skates. The blocker has a lot of white dots on it. They're old, they're meshed up. They're a little bit grayscale, but it's cool. And then the hockey stick is an old custom CCM with the tape on it. This is a beautiful figure, and I actually got this one brand new. The base and the puck that it comes with is back at home. I ended up taking this one off of its stand because I wanted to showcase it off in a video here. Because Terry Sawchuk, with the pose that he's got, it's dynamic. You can put the puck right there. He's making a nice little kick save. Or if you wanted to rotate his head, you can make it so that he's got the glove up and a puck in there too. There is a little hole on the left pad with the peg sticking out, so you can plop it right into the base that's included. Overall, a really cool figure to have in the collection. I love these old McFarlane Sports Pick figures, especially the ones of Legends, because they depict really cool moments and visual aesthetics that we don't see in the NHL nowadays. I'd say that Terry Sawchuk was known more so for his time in the Red Wings organization, but obviously his time with the Rangers, with the Leafs, with all the other NHL teams that he played for was also memorable too. He's one of the best goalies of all time, after all, and arguably the most accomplished goalie ever, especially in the pre-90s days. So, with that said, this has been Ice Hockey POV. I'm very happy to have shown you this figure over here. I don't think it's a very expensive one. You could probably find one of these yourself on social media or on eBay, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. What are your thoughts on Terry Sawchuk, his illustrious career, all the games, all the wins, the fact that he was able to be the wins and shutout leader for years in the NHL? This has been Ice Hockey POV, and I'll catch you in the next one.